going on, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, you already know what it is. It is For the Love of Wrestling, the Flow Show, presented to you by none other than 2 out of 3 of the best damn podcast hosts. Sending some love out to Brian. We're going to hold it down from today, but it is Kwency Jones Go with Young Baca. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Yeah, like you said, goes out to Brian. I don't even know if he believes in that type of stuff, but we'll be playing for Brian. And, some people say this is the most important 2 out of 3. So at least we're at that point,
At least, 2 out of 3, they say there's nothing better than a 2-3 zone. So, a good defense.
I don't know. I play a lot of NBA 2K. I never go with the 2-3 zone.
What do you go with?
Now the NBA, at least the shooters in the wing open. No, I'm just a simple man-to-man defense.
Man-to-man?
Just like we do it over at the recreation center. Just like we do it over at the park.
You know what? When I was playing back in the day, and I say back in the day because I haven't played, I miss playing ball, to be honest, but I used to play consistently. I was in youth league for like all the way up to high school, played like 10 years straight, me and my brother. I was a fan of the 2-3 zone only because of the fact that it taught me like teamwork with we had to work with each other to try to get the ball because some people were some selfish ass little kids, bro. You know what I mean? I wouldn't, dog. If I got the ball, it's because I got a rebound or a turnover. They weren't trying to pass it to little Kwency, bro. They weren't trying to.
That's the same thing with me, man. When I got the ball, it's because I got a rebound. I was too insecure to ask for the ball, So the only way I got it is by working hard, getting the rebounds and the pitch and the steal, something like that, man. But we're doing the damn thing, man.
It's just funny, man, because it's a little bit of a crossover here because I know we were talking about Governor Newsom before we went on the air here, and just all the restrictions going on right now, and it's just crazy because they did just announce, the NBA season, and then, or I guess the schedule for the playoffs and all that shit. But it's like, I mean, if they're gonna allow that to happen, they can't allow my man Young Baca to rock and put on some great entertainment for the people. What's going on, man?
And honestly, like you said, so Governor Newsom, for the people that don't live in California, don't know what's going on, in 7 different counties, LA County specifically, that's why I decided to start do business at. There's no indoor eating at restaurants, and bars are closed for at least 3 weeks. And this has been after they were shut down for 4 months. So they were open for a week and a half. We got the ball rolling. Some of the best shows we've ever had as Young Baca Productions because people excited to get out. People excited to get some live entertainment, and we pushed it hard because we were excited to be back in the scene as well. Did great, he comes down and says, "Hey, spiking a little bit, we have to shut everything down." So it leaves us in a tough position, but we just move everything over to the digital side, doing digital shows from the B-side shop, doing digital shows at private residences, doing we have a thing called the Barbershop Series, which every week
I did see that.
Barbershop.
It was like a cut and shave, and you had like a sponsored company come out, right?
Exactly. So every week the sponsor is that barbershop. So that week that was the barbershop that sponsored it. We set everything up. We make it look nice. We practice social distancing. Everyone keeps the mask on while performing. Everyone has hand sanitizer. Everyone emails the music to the DJ beforehand, so there's no USB exchanging. And it's been great, man. And we do it over
I didn't even
Live.
think about that. That USB thing is actually, that's actually pretty key, especially with you. I know with the amount of shows you throw and the amount of artists you come into contact with, that's you and the DJ for sure.
Yeah, so we don't want to put the DJ or the host in a bad position.
Exactly.
USB. We have hand sanitizers. We disinfect the mic after every performance just to keep everybody safe. We do it over IG Live. We found a way to get the sound, get it directly from the DJ booth into the phone. So you don't pick up the sound that's around you. You only pick up the sound that the DJ's producing. So make it sound good, make it sound crisp. He's able to adjust the microphones, able to adjust the volume. And it's been awesome, man. It's not the same as a live show, but it's something we'll be doing and brainstorm and finally came up with.
See, like that's the thing though, is because I actually was a part of like a first kind of experimentation here. Last weekend, I was part of Go Coast Federation. They did their first ever live stream show. There was no audience there, no crowd members. But they did it where you were able to, they put it online. You could buy a ticket if you like. I think it was like the most you had to pay was like $3. A little video on demand thing, so you could watch it more than once. I was there. I did a little bit of ring announcing and then last minute commentary, but it was a pretty cool experience, but it was, again, one of those things where we did the same, adhered to everything that we needed to, took everybody's temperature before and after every match, wiped down. Like, I mean, we had like pre-taped segments and promos we would play. So it gave us time to, wipe the ring clean, wipe the ropes clean, everything that got used, the microphone. So, I say that to say, like, it's a shame that there are businesses, that are going that extra length, such as yourself, to make sure everybody is safe. You know what I mean? And then you guys still kind of suffer because of whatever they want to say. And that's the thing, dude. You can't really trust all the information that's out there as far as who's putting it out there. But I mean, there's people who've been waiting, such as yourself, to resume business. People also waiting to support your business. They love what you do. They want to get their source of entertainment and stuff like that. And again, it's like, I can understand the frustration, because it's like, it's weird how in another state, I saw a commercial for Universal Studios in Orlando saying they're open.
Mm-hmm.
Yet,
yeah.
You
well,
can't.
That's the thing. It's, but I understand that people are sick. I understand there's people dying. I understand.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring that fact either.
We just gotta figure it out. That's all it is. It's just frustration, not just on my part, but on a lot of small businesses, a lot of restaurants. People think, hey, they own the restaurant to be fine, but you gotta think of the bar back, you gotta think of the bartender, you gotta think about the waiters, the waitresses, down to the guys that wash the dishes. It's
this
really
is how
tough
they make
time
a
right
living.
now.
It's how they
I understand
make a living.
that. I understand there's no easy answers, and I understand us as a country are still struggling to find an answer and stuff. But how did it go with the matches with no audience, things like that?
It was cool because the people that were in attendance, it was like real limited crew. I mean, I don't want to say like we kind of did like WWE style, but we didn't have anybody in the crowd. But everybody, when we weren't on camera, we were wearing masks. I made sure myself with the equipment that I brought to help with some of the production, I wiped down everything. You know what I mean? I just and again, we did the temperature stuff. But as far as the matches, it was good. You know what I mean? We had the commentary speaking over a lot of it, so you kind of don't really notice it. But for what it's worth, there was people that were also there, as far as again crew, other talent as well, watching what was going on off camera, that were helping to participate with the sound. So yeah, it was good, man. It was really cool. If you guys want to take a look at it, you can go to Gold Coast Federation's IG page. It's actually, the link's in their bio. The video on demand should be still up. Like I said, $3, but we had fun, man. Like I said, it was like, they felt like they wanted to do something. Again, we were talking about, all the bad shit going on in wrestling, and I felt like it was a really good distraction. Everybody needs a distraction right now, down to the barbershop series and all that. You know what I mean? So,
definitely.
But yeah, it was fun, man. It definitely was fun.
That was separation anxiety, right?
Separation anxiety. And the thing that made it fun was, they had a lot of pre-taped promos that helped thread through some storylines. The last show they had, I believe, was January. I did the ring announcing for that one as well. But yeah, they had announced another show, but then freaking, Corona came through and said, "Nah, kid, we're taking away your push," pretty much. So, but yeah, it was something that they wanted to do. They know, I mean, obviously on the financial side, it's not, I don't want to say it was a throwaway show, but because it really did a lot. You know what I mean? It was still a really well put together show. Shout out to all the crew, by the way, everyone at Gold Coast Federation. I got to call them by their kayfabe name. So, Roscoe Wallace, Joey Saint, as well as TJ Suave and Hollywood, man. Shout out for you guys giving me a chance on the commentary as well. I had fun. Like I said, if you guys get a chance to check it out, by all means, support them, man.
So let's do this. I'm going to check it out tonight, specifically for your commentary as well, because I'm always interested in, you didn't come planning to do commentary. You just got tossed into
Well, so, this is the thing.
That's how it happens with independent wrestling, right?
I came planning to do 3 things, right? So this is the thing. Okay. I already knew I was going to do ring announcing. And again, like I had I helped out with some of the equipment for the streaming and stuff like that. Then I was scheduled to do ring announcing, which I've done it before. But then I hear I was supposed to do like interviews at one point, but we didn't get a chance to figure out how we were going to be able to do that, as far as pitching it back and forth to the ring, to where we were going to attempt to do the interviews. We had a backdrop.
Because it was all streamed live, correct?
Yeah, it was screen. Yeah. And that was the thing too, So yeah. Let me just say, disclaimer, man, first time we've done it. It's probably a little rough at the first 10 minutes because you'll hear like a lot of the talking as we're getting into the start of the intro, but we didn't know the mics were hot. But other than that, man,
no way.
I mean, it's not like anything bad was said. You could just hear like, oh, well, we're still setting up. You know what I mean? Going over some of the stuff. But other than that, yeah, it's really well done. Shout out to Eric D. Lucas, man. If you get a chance, follow him. He actually has a sponsorship with Ray's energy drink, E-Rocker,
Wow.
if you want to get that promo code on. But yeah, he produced the show live from top to bottom.
That's super impressive, man. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? A lot of it was on his shoulders granted, we had, a lot of the files and stuff at his disposal. But the transitions, man, you know what I mean? That was all him and just producing like the lower fifths and all that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, man, by all means, check it out.
So I'm going to check it out this weekend, and by next week when we do this episode, I'm going to give you a Young Baca review and tell you what I think.
For sure.
Is there a match specifically we should be looking out for?
You know what?
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
I'm trying because that's the thing too. Like as far as like how the commentary came to play, like I came there, and then there wasn't a mic. I saw that there was 2 mics set up, so I wasn't going to push the issue because I was like, I still needed to grab the information for the ring announcing. But of course, being who I am, I had brought an extra mic, literally.
Good man.
With me. Good man. And it ended up working out. So awesome. and I had another chair. I brought another chair with me. So but yeah, it ended up working out, man. The chemistry was really good. It was just funny because again, like shout out to TJ Suave. He was telling me like there was so much stuff he wanted to say because he has this character that he does, but he wanted to watch out because of all this speaking out shit going on right now. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think
just playing it smart. You know what I mean?
It's a tough time, man. You don't know something you might have said 10 years ago. It's tough. It's really tough. And I understand there's a lot of crazy things. And people that are bad people should be held accountable. But I'm afraid there's a lot of casualties being caught up in as well that maybe they didn't do what they were accused of doing.
I agree.
Or it wasn't to the level of – it wasn't rape or sexual harassment or sexual assault, anything like that. It was this guy said one thing one time when he was in the 5th grade, and now we're going to throw his whole career.
Even though
we talked about that a lot last
he's matured now that he's out of high school.
Yeah.
It's like, he called somebody, he said girls are dicks or something, and then it's like, what?
We used to do promo videos for football games.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
They would it wasn't what you're thinking. It's promo videos, but guy would pull out his phone. He said, "You got something to say, Baca, to Sun Valley Poly? You got something to say to Clan High School?"
Oh, so you guys are putting these up like sending shots to each other.
I'm just talking smack, dude. I'm just talking smack. I'm 17 years old.
Dude, yeah, you're in war mode. I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't think there's a future for me. I never thought I'd be doing the things I'm doing now. I'm just calling people out, and I'm trying to pop the boys. That's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to pop the boys.
Just serving them.
And it's heaven forbid those videos ever come out. I know they're on YouTube somewhere. I said a lot of crazy things, man.
I mean,
it is what it is, man.
Did you win those games? That's what's important.
We won about 50% of those games. 50% of those games.
That's good.
But I'm trying to get my team fired up. I'm trying to pop the boys. I'm trying to.
I'm one of those team player guys as well. I like to get the squad fired up as well. So it's like you got to get the people what they want sometimes, man.
I was 17. I didn't think that I was a young Baca. I didn't think this thing would happen.
Even though the irony was,
my whole life.
The irony is though, you were a young Baca.
I was young Baca.
So there's that. But
let me ask you, man. Let's dive into it.
Yeah.
NXT or AEW this weekend? Which one had the better show?
Don't ask me because I'm opinionated.
I know you lean to one side of the spectrum more than
I don't. I just what it is
come on, Kwency.
I'm so conditioned with the WWE product over the years with no competition. So you have to sympathize a little bit here, wink, wink, when the brand new toy comes into town, and I'm like, what? What are these guys up to?
Yeah,
this is a little bit different than how they do. I mean,
you've been watching
I've been watching both intently though. Like I've almost shut off Raw. Like I don't watch SmackDown at all anymore. I forget that it's on. I might watch it tonight. I got the day off, so we'll see. Raw, I usually catch only about the first hour and a half, and I can't really dive into the. I mean, I kind of catch the rest through highlights.
Is it that hard for you? Because you love wrestling. You've dedicated
It's just a
your life
lot.
to it.
It's just a
tough to
lot,
handle,
is
huh?
what it is.
Yeah.
That's all it really comes down to. It's just a lot. Because I'm not against some of the stuff they've been doing, or the people.
I think it's been great the last few weeks, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Now
against
that we got that
anything
Heyman guy out, so I think it's been great.
You know, they even got Dominic looking kind of tough. You know what I mean?
Beast, man.
Yeah, I don't have anything against what they've been doing. You know, just I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just a lot to digest, especially I can even admit it got a little hard to watch wrestling normal.
Yeah.
Like after hearing about all these scumbags, like, are there still some watching? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Is AJ Styles like?
No, don't bring AJ into this, man. AJ's a good country boy, man.
The
good
Godfather?
Family country boy. Godfather, yeah. So I enjoy both. Truthfully, I really do.
Did
like
you watch
some
both
of the stuff
this week?
AEW does. I watched both.
Which one did you like
watched
better?
it comprised. There was a lot of fast forwarding and things like that.
Yeah,
that's how I usually watch wrestling.
And that's how I usually watch Raw.
Yeah.
Unless it's something like if it's something I really want to watch, then I'll let it play out. But if it's like, okay, R-Truth match against Bobby Lashley, I know how this is gonna go. You know what I mean?
I watched the compressed Hulu version of Monday Night Raw. So it's only 90 minutes. They compressed what's supposed to be the best of the show, and it's still super tough to watch, man. It's still a drag. It's not something I look forward to. I used to be, when I was, obviously I'm a little bit older and more mature now, but I used to center my life on Monday night. Monday night,
Dude.
9 p.m., Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Mr. Ass, Road Dogg. I was just hyped. And obviously I'm not going to feel that way. I'm not going to feel that way now because I'm a little bit older and I like women.
It was the only reason you look forward to Mondays.
100%.
Like for me, it was a struggle because I had a strict mom, which was I was great. Single mom, you know what I mean? She had two twin boys.
Which pays off now, right? But
yeah.
Back then, you're like, yo.
No, I love it. Yeah, but it's just funny because like it was one of those things where it came on at 9, and the bedtime back then was like 10, sometimes 10:30, and so we were like, all right, we gotta get tucked in, and then we would sneak out and like I got to see what happened on the main event because I can't be the guy that walks in.
Can you break that down for me?
Because we would watch it because back in the day it was only 2 hours, 9 to 11.
Yeah.
But we would only be able to stay up and watch the first hour because we had school the next morning, and we weren't like in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom ain't letting us stay up till 11 o'clock. Knowing we got work, school at 7 in the morning the next morning. So like we would still sneak out and watch the show when she was asleep, thinking we were asleep because she would just leave us alone. And we were just like that. That's how important Raw was, because we couldn't be the guys that walked in to school the next day. That was wait, what happened? Like, oh, you didn't see Stone Cold's son, the whole DX, and you're like, nah, I couldn't be the guy that missed out on that, bro.
And it's not like it is now where you could catch up on your phone, right?
No, it wasn't at all. Like unless you had a VCR, there was no DVR. Unless you had a VCR, there was. I don't even think they had any highlights outside of showing like a video package before a pay-per-view, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
sometimes you wouldn't even see the whole. I mean, they didn't have the network like they do now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't get the same feeling as I did before.
Which is natural. Like, you're obviously not going to feel the same that you felt when you were 11, 12 years old.
I mean, you know what it is?
But it shouldn't be a chore either.
A lot of it is the talent too, and what they're doing.
Yeah.
And what makes me interested. What's going to pique my interest, man? What's going to get me there from week to week? What's going to make me watch next week? You know what I mean? Sometimes they don't do it. They're not consistent in doing a good job of doing that. Raw, we can't replicate the Attitude Era ever, and I'm not asking them to, but, man, they had cliffhangers almost every week, didn't they? But that was back when they had to. They had ratings to
they were at war. They had man. He was going against a billionaire. Now, ironically, he's the billionaire.
Well, and that's the thing. Is like, I feel like as much as we were conditioned as fans, they were kind of conditioned for like the last 7-8 years, almost 10 years of running unopposed.
Whatever we put on will be good.
Not having to change a formula, not having to step outside the box. And a lot of people say Vince been playing it safe, and I think he has, especially with the hiring of the writers for the promos. And it's I feel like this is hard when I have to hear like things like Vince saying, "Oh, this person can't get over," or "He's not a fan of this person." But I'm like, bro, but if you actually just let them be who they are, maybe you could see a different side of them that you could market.
There's a lot on the line. You can't just, when Snickers is giving you X
is there
amount
though?
of
Because they
millions,
just got rid of
there's a
so
lot
many
of line.
people. They just got rid of like 30 people.
Yeah, but
And
they
they
didn't get rid
just
of the
sat
top
here and
stars.
bought.
They got rid of the bottom feeders, man. I mean, I hate to
I
classify
can't.
people
No,
like that,
dude.
but that's what
Rusev is not a bottom feeder.
In your mind, and a man that loves
That
wrestling,
dude had a
likes wrestling,
WrestleMania
to the
match against
casual
John
fan,
Cena, bro.
to the casual fan, he hasn't been on TV for a
Okay,
year.
let me
And
ask
when
you
he was
this.
on TV, it was awful.
Well, let me ask you this.
You could say that he raced him. You could say that they misused him, but he wasn't doing anything to bring it.
Well, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna say how many of those people that got released can say they had a WrestleMania match against John Cena.
100%. And you know what? That's probably my boy Finney Mack is saying, hey, we gave this guy the biggest push they could get. The biggest push.
Gave him, dude. They
put
gave
him
him
on
a
the
tank.
main stage against Cena. How much you think that cost him, man? And he's thinking in his mind, it's not something I did wrong. I'm Mr. Wrestling. I got over this guy. I got over this guy. I got over this guy. This guy couldn't get himself over. We're trying to save some money. Let's get him out of here.
Well, but I mean, we can't be naive here though, because it's also there's restrictions there based on because there's so many things you hear like, oh, you got to get in with the boss, you got to get that face time, but even then, some people are kind of like, you look at the Revival, bro, and I know I'm probably one of the minority in here because I don't know, it's weird. A lot of people don't like the Revival or FTR now. Like when you hear about the story about how they got literally like for real legit pitched that idea with the costumes with the streamers and all that, I'm like, bro, that's so way off base. You obviously have no idea who these guys can be for you and what they can do for your division. So I don't blame them for leaving because it's like, look at the tag division now. They ain't really doing shit with it. You know what I mean? They're barely all of a sudden they got this focus on the women's tag division
because they haven't been doing anything with it for the last year.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know, man. But what'd you think about the Great American Bash? Because I know you love America. You know what I mean?
I do love America.
Dream.
The problem is I don't know if America loves me as much as I love them. It's tough.
I think John Cena loves you as much as you love John Cena, though.
I know me and John Cena would be good friends. Like, legitimately, I know.
You guys would drink. Friends. Like, you guys would be great drinking buddies, I think.
I liked it. I liked it a lot, man.
And show them the hood, bro.
But I do think that AEW got the edge on night one of the special shows going against each other. I did really like AEW. I really did enjoy the Cody match. Some people are saying that the Cody match was maybe overbooked. There was a lot going on at once. What do you think?
We definitely, me and Doc discussed that because I was like, it just, I don't know, it was just weird. I mean, like, for all the other matches that he did, defending the title on a weekly basis that had no build, he would win straight up. But then for this to be the one that has his first pay-per-view defense, and they put a build into it, and it's just like they made it seem serious only for it to like end in like some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, some people could say that the way it ended was how it's supposed to. His shoulder wasn't on the mat, right?
I don't know, because that's the thing. They didn't do like a proper instant replay on that because it's like he thought that the 1, 2, 3 was Cody tapping out and then him being unconscious and he's winning. Yeah. But then the 1, 2, 3 is him like, still getting choked out, but standing on top of like Hager to like, use his weight to put his shoulders on the mat.
Weight to get to,
So I mean, like,
but that could happen in a real fight, right? Like you could,
or like in a real like wrestling match, 100%. Cody.
You think you're choking this guy out? You don't realize because there's such thing as ring awareness. You don't realize that your shoulders on the mat.
I think what it was the execution looked real. It was just real weird. It was a real.
It looked extremely overbooked. That's
like a real. It was like a real abrupt ending, without even the attempt to like, try to kind of explain like they usually do. But the match itself before the finish, I thought was really great. I actually enjoyed Jurassic Express in their tag team match. They actually look like a team, and not like a freaking circus act. And I say that with respect because I love both of them, but.
Here's the thing that we're talking about. You talk about WWE. How could you pitch this to these guys? How could you this? How do you explain Jurassic Express to somebody who's never watched wrestling? How do you do
it? Someone who's never watched wrestling?
Never. Let's say I stepped away from wrestling 5 years ago. Hey, I hear all this stuff about Jurassic Express. What do they do?
Oh, I'm like, okay. I would tell them, I'm like, you remember when you were a kid and it was all about space and monsters and bugs, and then there was dinosaurs. Remember how you felt as a kid, as a young boy in your dinosaur? That's what they are.
20 years ago? Yeah, I remember 20 years ago. Okay, so it's two kids.
That's what these guys. No, it's actually one kid.
Okay.
And a
one
dinosaur.
Kid that's 25. Okay.
What do you mean? Okay, so it's a man-made dinosaur. Yeah, no, like, and he's in a mask, right?
But he believes he's a dinosaur. I'm a little confused. So it's two kids. It's a tough thing to get.
You're like,
get
are the
over,
two kids on each other's shoulders dressed up as the dinosaur? Yeah. I don't understand what's going on.
But we give WWE so much heat about some of the stuff they pitched back in the day.
I mean, they had a guy that was dressed up in a bunny outfit just because.
Hurricane Helms.
Hey, he was
one of my favorite wrestlers, man. One of my favorite. When he tried to choke slam Triple H
and the Rock,
Stone Cold at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Because they went against him and Kane. Yeah, because he was the.
No, it's in the Rumble, in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're right.
He was
I remember he was
stuff like that, man.
He had stuff going on with The Rock too that was putting him over.
Exactly, he had a legit beef with The Rock, man.
That was hilarious.
But how do you explain that? Oh, he was a superhero.
He was a superhero. But then how do you explain Orange Cassidy too?
Yeah, exactly. I just explain Orange Cassidy. But I love Orange Cassidy.
I'm honestly excited to see how the match plays out for next week.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
That's the only thing you're worried about?
How do you put him in a legit championship match?
Orange? I mean, I don't know. I think that if he's not the first of his kind to set the precedent for people like him to get a shot.
People like him?
And I guess as far as how people
it's a comedy act.
People would label him and like guys like a Colt Cabana. Who else? Some people would.
I would just generalize him as a comedy act.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what I mean. Best friends, but best friends were looking good last night.
I like the entrance, man.
Yeah, hey. Honestly, it was funny because his mom called him by his shoot name, which is Greg, which is Greggy.
I just worry about. I love Orange Cassidy. I worry about how you put him in a legit championship match without him looking stupid. But then you also have to keep the character. You have the thing that got him over. How do you do that while still legitimately trying to win the biggest prize in the game? What do you do? If you're booking it, what do you do?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd book him to win it. To be honest, I could possibly put him like if I could see him in a match with Jericho if Jericho was still the champ. And that's how you would book that. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Because if say like unless he wins one of these matches, that's like a casino battle royale or something like that. I don't see him like fighting his way. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Jericho's still one of the top guys, man. He's still one of the top guys. I think most people would consider him the top guy for AEW. How do you have him in a legit fight?
I mean, do you think he's gonna put Orange Cassidy over?
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
You're
supposed to build your roster. That's what you're supposed to do.
I think he's gonna put him over, but he's not. I don't think he's gonna lose. Yeah. I think he's gonna have a hell of a match with him. But I don't think Jericho's gonna take that.
Yeah, right. But then that means, what do you do? What's the biggest thing that Triple H got accused of? Burying talent. So that's just burying talent, right? This guy that got himself over. I don't know
because they did the same thing with Jungle Boy and Scorpio Sky. Yeah. Pretty early. So, I mean, granted, he had the championship then on both times, but I mean, I think it's still a good look. I mean, the only reason I say that is because I don't. You
feel Jericho, like Jericho put Scorpio Sky over? Do you feel like he put him over?
I mean,
I don't feel like he put him over at all. No, I don't feel like he put him over.
I felt like that match at the time that it happened, again, I felt like Corona is I hate to say, the Corona, this is all about COVID and it's all because of them. But
Scorpio Sky it has a huge impact on everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, Scorpio Sky had a healthy amount of momentum coming from that. Mm-hmm. I mean, he almost single-handedly had his team qualified in the tournament to name the tag champs before they even became the first tag champs for AEW. And then he had the match with Jericho as a tag champ. He went kind of bar for bar as far as promo with him. I mean, as much as Jericho allowed him to,
Yeah.
Had a great match with him.
I don't know, man. I feel like you just used. I don't feel like you put him over. I don't feel like that.
Do you watch AEW Dark?
No, come on, brother. You watch AEW Dark?
I need to catch up on it again because they've been having like the Young Bucks were on there.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like people show up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can imagine now since they're shooting at the same location. So
yeah. So AEW they have a because like in anything you do, you only have a limited time to do things, but you still have to keep everyone else active. So they use AEW Dark as the second show, which is going to be on. It's going to be on TV next couple years, right?
I would think so because I mean unless they're gonna make it AEW Thunder.
Listen.
Old school.
That'll pop me. I'll tell you that. That'd be great.
Oh man, they're like, oh, it's lightning. I'm like, oh okay. I see.
So let me ask you again because I feel like you're dancing around the question. Which one was the better show?
AEW.
You think by far?
I don't want to say it's by far. There were just certain things on NXT. This is what I told Doc. In terms of both shows doing a night 1, night 2 formula.
Yeah.
Only one show actually felt like it was a pay-per-view, and that was AEW. To me,
I don't know.
NXT felt more like NXT with cars on the side of it.
With just different makeup on, right?
Because it felt like an episode of NXT. It didn't feel like you know what I mean? Because they still had segments. They still had backstage promos. They had like in-ring promos with Legado del Fantasma, which wouldn't really happen at a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Exactly.
It just didn't
a lot of people said that. A lot of people said the atmosphere of the AEW seemed more fun.
I think so. I mean, they dressed it up a little bit. It kind of took. I mean, the matches and the match quality, to be honest, took me out of the the reality of the fact that it's Dynamite or it's a pay-per-view on TNT for free. But I don't know. I feel like again, like they opened up with a good match. The women's match was good too. I felt like there was a lot of good video promos that they did for a lot of guys for the next night. Yeah, Jericho on commentary, which was a smart move. Always a smart move for AEW.
He's natural for that, right? For being a commentator. That's what he's obviously going to do once his fighting career is over.
I
think he's amazing.
I don't think he knew that he would be as good and well received as he was until they had him start. Because if you notice, they used to have Cody out there doing commentary, and then they tried having Jericho, and then they just had Jericho and Shivani ever since for a while. I enjoyed FTR coming out at the end of the tag match. I was talking to Doc, a lot of imagery there. You had the Elite, the Bucks, and Omega, but then you had FTR and Hangman on the other side, so it kind of looked kind of a little bit of foreshadowing, but. There was stuff I did like on NXT too. I liked the Damian Priest promo. I liked Cameron Grimes has been winning me over as well. Timothy Thatcher versus Oney Lorcan was dope.
It was really good, right? I really enjoyed it.
Well, for those that know that they have like a deep history, wrestling all over the world, so it was like when I saw that they were going against each other, especially after all those vignettes they've been, putting of Thatcher with him, like acting like he's in school and stretching like students out with submissions and shit. I was like, oh, okay, they got him against like not a jobber, but someone that he's gonna have to bang with. You know what I mean? So, I thought that was a good choice. Triple H knew what he was doing. They had good video promos as well with the Keith Lee, Adam Cole winner take all bit. I enjoyed the Karrion Kross one, but I was telling Doc I thought it was a little bit wordy. But I'm enjoying what they're doing. What didn't really do much for me was the Dexter Lumis Roddy Strong match, the strap match. I don't know why, but I was like falling out of faith. Like I was watching it, but it wasn't grabbing me. You know what I mean?
It didn't grab your attention. It didn't, and that's what a good match does, right? A good match swings you in.
I mean, halfway through, I started getting into it, but I think what it was is because they were more focused on the fact that it was their the first ever strap match in NXT.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the actual rules of a strap match, which is traditionally you like have to touch all four corners of the ring, and that's who wins. But with this one, it was just they were just stuck together, and it was still regular rules like pinfall and all that. So, but
so now let me go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say like I did watch the finish. Dexter Lumis got the win, which I thought was the right move. It seems like they're putting a lot of push behind him right now, and he keeps delivering. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm excited for the match with Keith Lee and Adam Cole next week.
I'm pumped, man. I'm super excited. I'm afraid I know who won already, but besides that.
Oh, did you hear about that? One of the guys. That tag. You know who Malcolm Bivens is?
I don't know who it is, but I watched it. I heard about it.
He's the. Have you seen those huge like Indian dudes? That's been like they're in the tag team division. They've been showing up with paint on their face.
You're not gonna get me in trouble, man. I'm staying away from that.
Well. The thing is that they're
Redskins are changing the name, man. You got to get with the new program.
Well, their tag name is Indu Share. So
that ain't gonna be good.
Well, I only bring them up because.
No, I know. I was just giving you a hard time.
It's not good, dude.
I mean, it ain't gonna go.
They're just a whatever tag team, to be honest. I haven't seen much to be impressed with yet. But Malcolm Bivens is their manager, their mouthpiece. So, but one of the guys from that tag team actually, like a dummy, like a big old dummy.
Stupid, right?
Quote, huh?
It's stupid. Go ahead. Finish saying what he did.
The quote Red Fox.
I think he's an idiot.
He was being a big ass dummy. And he freaking posted on his story the finish during the taping of next week's match. So it got spoiled for a lot of people already. I haven't seen it. I don't want to seek it out. I'm hoping for a week everyone can shut the hell up.
Yeah.
But
so he posted that of who won.
Yeah.
He took it down and he got a lot of heat in the locker room. That's my inside source is telling me. But then somebody came out as a WWE insider and said they actually filmed 2 finishes.
Oh, well, I hope
They're saying they say we filmed 2 finishes.
That's not unlike them.
Come out.
That's not unlike them. To be honest, I think NXT. I don't even think Raw or SmackDown does that. Yeah, NXT's the only one.
I think they were just trying to save face after what happened.
That could be it. Yeah, that's true.
I've never heard of him filming 2 finishes.
I mean, I guess we'll find out if we see Indus back in NXT anytime soon.
I guess but dude, how do you do that? You're an upcoming wrestler. You're working for the biggest company ever.
You're just getting some TV
time.
You
put everything you on the line to get a couple likes. It just doesn't make sense to me, man.
I don't know.
People are stupid, man. People are stupid.
It was I don't know, man.
And you said it's the manager, right?
No, it wasn't the manager. It was one of the tag guys, the guys in the tag team.
So how mad are you if you're his partner, right?
I'm thinking, oh yes, singles run, let's go.
Yeah,
singles run with Malcolm Bivens. Let's roll. So, but
I am excited about it. I'm hearing rumors that Velveteen might get released.
I've been hearing a lot. I mean, there's been, I don't know. It's funny because it was humbling actually. The day that there was a lot of talk on social media about, he's on the chopping block, but for something that's not even like what's going on right now, and everyone's like, everyone was waiting on pins and needles. I was getting hit up by a lot of people on my my Kwency Jones show page, and they were like, "Hey, have you heard anything about Velveteen Dream?" I was like, "Nah," but thanks for thinking I would know. I mean, the only thing I heard is that he had gotten in a car accident.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just heard he, same as everyone else, he's real close to being on the chopping block apparently. So I haven't heard any update.
If he did the things that he was accused of, he should be let go.
I mean, and if this is the thing, the first time I was very much on his side because I wasn't just very much going to be like, oh, that's his voice for sure, and be above. I mean, dude, we're in an age where you can literally make anyone say anything. I've seen the technology. Don't doubt the source. There's a video on WorldStar.
Yeah.
You could literally, like, this guy made Obama say something that was incredible, and then they zoom out and you realize it's somebody else being Obama.
There's different things you could do. You could chop up, if you have enough audio footage from somebody, you could chop it up for them to say anything you want. Dude, there's an app.
You even showed me how you can manufacture a whole like text conversation on
I was going to say those apps that you can make fake conversations, and you don't even really need that. Really, all you got to do is change somebody's name in your phone, text yourself, and it's and that's what makes life so scary, man.
And that's the thing. I don't say that taken away from any serious allegations that you know what I mean. But for the first time, I was like, well, look, I'm a reserve judgment. And it wasn't just because of who it was. It's just that's just who I am by nature. I'm not just gonna jump on the
Mhm.
lynch mob. So when it went away, we made a joke about it not too long ago. I'm like, oh, I guess everything's good then. And then I don't know, man, but twice in the same year, and then it's like this is where I kind of have to side with WWE if they do come to that decision, because now you're making the company look a little bit bad. You know what I mean? You're bringing a little bit bad, negative press in a time where they can't really at all use it right now. They're locked up in a lawsuit with the shareholders. They're already getting like freaking damn near condemned publicly on social media for the COVID-19 stuff and the cases that they have, and people having to just their poor testing and all that. Vince losing money, them releasing all these guys. Like, I can understand if they have to come to a decision, but again,
it's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah, 100%. And they can't have allegations like that looming around. And and that's the thing. That's whether he did it or not. But on the flip side, there does need to be a serious look into what's going on, man. There really does. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's just, but like you said, like somebody said, well, he's too big to let go. I said it's a multi-billion-dollar company, and you're thinking this guy that wrestles on NXT, who hasn't been on TV for a good amount of time now, is too big to be let go. That's just ridiculous. You gotta do. It's 2020. You gotta protect your neck, man.
They fired Enzo Amore, and I know I'll get flack because hey, I'm an Enzo fan. He was very entertaining. I will never pretend he was the best wrestler. He's an entertaining rapping act. I'll say that to be nice.
Yeah.
But they fired him, and this guy was selling just put so much money and merch into the company. He obviously was.
I got 2 T-shirts in my closet right now, man.
Dude, I still have shirts that I was afraid to wear for a while because I knew people were like, but no bullshit though, because people were like really not fucking with him until that verdict came, or not. I guess the non-verdict when the case got thrown out and he was, no longer under freaking scrutiny. Then when he drops his music video, everybody wants to turn their back on him again. I was like, come on, dude, he deserves that. Y'all were talking shit. Y'all were talking mad shit. I mean, I would expect a young Baca diss.
I think it comes down to that's the theme of the show. It's a scary time, man. Be on your P's and Q's. Assume that everything you text, everything you say, everybody sees it, and protect your neck, man.
Well, dude, look at freaking Joey Ryan, bro. Like, like they said, what, 15 accusers? Like,
I didn't know that.
Fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying?
15 accusers of sexual harassment?
I'm thinking it's various things: harassment, sexual harassment.
I didn't know that.
Probably physical abuse. Verbal abuse or inappropriate touching. Because I've heard stories about how he was with fans, just different interactions with women, kind of like making unwanted advances even after being told no. Just different stories about him, bullying, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's kind of hard. Again, that's why it was hard to watch wrestling.
Yeah,
for a little
bit. It's a tough time to be a wrestling fan, but everything else going on the planet, racism, COVID.
Well, bro, that's like if the roof of the NBA freaking, industry just opened up and there was this huge freaking pedophile ring with all of your favorite guys that were part of this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? 100%. And then you'd be like, whoa, like I don't even know if I can watch ball right now. Like this. Yeah. This is kind of crazy.
Don't wish that on my NBA, man. Don't wish that on my boy. My boy James coming back.
You know what I'm saying? Man. Like I'm buying this fool's gear and shit. Yeah. Like that shit.
And you're supporting. Indirectly you're supporting what he's doing.
I mean, that's why it's. I'm taking it day by day, case by case, trying to see what's up. I'm not, gonna have a whole cast of doubt over everybody, but some people have already been dealt with WWE, so. That was obviously following investigation, so they have something that they feel like something.
If they let you go, they obviously have some.
Did you hear about this, by the way? Because obviously a lot of it of this when it came out impacted the UK wrestling scene, but they're saying that they're gonna update their laws now, and so the president before the update was this: that coaches were allowed to have a sexual relationship with their students 16 and up.
Nuts. But I did hear that.
I guess what they describe it as a loophole more than a law that just wasn't like nobody thought to like, well, no one's going to do this, so why would we have to write it kind of thing? But like they're like, well, no, that's what happened. Is a lot of people saw this as a loophole, and that's how a lot of this shit, all the grooming and all that shit started. So
So the law is that they're going to bump it up to 18 now, correct?
I
And that
believe so.
includes wrestling coaches.
Yeah, either that or I think it's 18 or 21. But they're changing it. That was the main thing, and so it was amazing to think that that little loophole is what kind of was.
Yeah, but how bad of a guy are you if you're looking for loopholes to do stuff like that?
I don't know how it is over there, man. I'm not a UK wrestler trying to get on the scene, so I don't know. Some of the stories I heard, I'm like, damn, these fools, they shouldn't have to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they should be able to just get laid.
It's tough time, man. Sensitive subject, and this is another depressing episode of The Flow.
You know what? I just think it's just, around this time, Brian would be trying to. Who cares about that, guys? It's all.
Yeah.
But back to the pro wrestling. Well, how'd you feel about NXT?
I liked NXT a lot, and I liked a lot of stuff that AEW is doing. I do have to give a slight edge to AEW, but I am excited about Keith Lee and Adam Cole next week, and I'm excited about I'm excited that we can finally talk about something that's actually happening inside the ring as opposed to a list of people coming through. I want to show you something really quick, Quincy. This is how big of a wrestling fan I am right here. You see, I got my Hall of Fame back here, picture of my friends.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, you had some people behind there. Yeah,
I'm trying to switch it up. One of the photos I got right here. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio hanging up in my place, man.
That's beautiful.
Right? Great photo, man. It gets me inspiration. Man. So, with that being said, man, I enjoy talking to you every week, and I really do enjoy this, man.
No, I definitely enjoy this as well, man. There was one last thing I was going to ask you about was did you enjoy the Io Shirai Sasha Banks match?
It was okay. It
wasn't
anything special. It wasn't anything special. I'm not writing home about it.
The reason I ask is everybody was saying, oh, the reason why NXT was better than AEW this week is because NXT showcased women's wrestling. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you had like the little gimmick match with Rhea Ripley and the Fatal 4-Way in the beginning. I get it, but
I think that's people being fake woke. That's people that want to look good online. Saying, this is why
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's where it gets hard to maneuver. It's the ones who are fake woke, and then the ones who like me and Doc were just talking about how we had to unfollow this one account, bro, because they're just negative against AEW. And the thing is, like, we'll call a spade, and we do on the show.
You wanna shout out that account?
No, I don't want to shout him out because it's just.
Is that my boy up in New York?
Bro, no. Shout out to him. No, he's dope. I don't know where this guy's from, but it was like anything that had anything to do with Tony Khan or AEW or Cody, they were on that ass, bro. Like a fan had commented or was like almost complimenting Tony Khan and hearing from the jump how they've been handling the seriousness of the testing for the talent, for the shows and stuff like that. So they were like online commending him on Twitter. And then Tony just he interacts with the fan, thanks them, and just like gives
because
him
he is a fan, right?
Yeah, just no, it wasn't me. It was the guy from New York. No, but it was Brian. It was definitely Brian. But yeah, the guy, they're just giving him some props. Tony thanks him for the props, and this fool frames it up and says, "Damn, Tony, let the tweet breathe before you pat yourself on the back." It's just like, God damn, bro. Point. Like it's just like the narrative is so twisted, man.
Yeah, but you can twist it either way you want.
Well, the thing is, it's never like that for WWE. They never like that with WWE.
Every time I turn on YouTube, WWE is getting dragged about something. I have a tough time watching Wrestle Talk because
I know specifically this account.
Everything is wrong.
Specifically this account, they don't even so.
But that's what it is. We were talking about you're able to make people sound a certain way. You're able to twist facts a certain way. That's why you could read a news article on the same situation from two different news sources, and it makes them, oh, everything's great in this city. Oh, the city's ran by
city is burning. It's all about perspective.
It's just that's what it is about. I hate to quote fake news, but that's what it is, man. That's why one side of the spectrum likes watching Fox News because they tell them what they want to be heard. Other side of the spectrum likes to be watching MSNBC because they like being told what they hear.
Is that your go-to, MSNBC?
All right, man. I try to keep that TV off as much as I can. Every time every morning I wake up, I have text messages from people, and the way 2020 is, I'm scared to death.
No, you're right, bro.
It's a crazy time, man. Every morning I wake up. First of all, every morning I wake up, I check my forehead. I say, okay, I don't have a fever. I'm doing okay. But then I cough. Maybe one time I say, I'm like, oh shit, is it happening? And it's just tough. And every time somebody texts me, it's bad news. And this person had this going on, and now this dude's accused of this, and this guy had a racist comment, and it's tough, man. Just daily life.
Yeah, I've been hearing the allegations about you, brother.
No, not me. Don't get me caught up in that. Heaven forbid, man. Don't get me caught up with that. I got enough hate out there as it is, man.
No, I hope you don't, man. I mean,
I got a lot of hate, but I'm going to live with it.
Outside of Newsom, I hope that's it.
Dude, me and Newsom going to catch that fade, man.
Oh, you about to give him the fade? I mean, who was it last time you were about to catch the fade with?
Fade. The last time I got an actual.
Was it Chris Webber? No, it was a basketball player.
Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby's going to have to catch my fade.
I remember
Mike Bibby's going to have to catch my fade. He drove me crazy as a child, and I haven't forgiven him. And maybe one day we could sit down as two grown men and chop it up. But right now, I'm all about the Lakers, baby. All about my boy, number 23. We got the Henny guard, J.R. Smith, coming back to town.
I got to ask you about that. How'd you feel about that? Because a lot of people were actually moaning and groaning that he was a possibility, and then now that he's on the team, how do you feel about that?
There was 5 people in the last 15 years that have scored 15 or more points in the fourth quarter of NBA Finals. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There was one more. LeBron James, Klay Thompson, and the 5th one is J.R. Smith, man. As long as he keeps focused, we're going to win the championship. And I think with LeBron James, there's no way he doesn't keep focused. Because poor J.R. Smith, rightly so, has been mocked on Instagram and social media the last 5 years because he does crazy things. I think LeBron James, before they signed him, sat him down and said, hey, we want you on this team. You could score. We're friends. I know you still have it in you, but you got to stay focused. You got to put the energy away for
when you say focus, you mean you got to keep his eyes open, right?
You got to keep your eyes open, man. So I see that LeBron James is every year he grows as a better leader. You know me how I feel about LeBron James. He's one of my best friends. I feel like
next to John Cena.
Yeah. I feel like he sat him down, and I know this for a fact. He sat him down before he got signed and said, hey, you got to stay focused. We would love to bring you on board. And it helps out that there was a bubble as well. You're not supposed to leave that Orlando resort. That helps. You can't party too much when you're not allowed to leave. And I'm sure the Lakers organization and LeBron James specifically are keeping a close eye on my boy J.R. Smith, a.k.a. the Henny God. So I'm excited.
The Henny God.
Just need about 12 points. Just need about 12 points a game. We're going to make it happen.
No, I'm definitely going for LA. I mean, it was one of those things that we were having a great year. Then obviously, unfortunately, the loss of the Mamba.
Hold on, what's your team?
LA Lakers.
Okay, Lakers are your team though.
This is the thing. I was born into a Laker household, but before I was able to go to Laker games, we would only be able to go to Clippers games because it was cheaper.
Yeah, that happened to a lot of people in LA.
But then it was also you would go to the Clipper games to watch the guys that weren't on the Lakers come and ball on the Clippers. Yeah. So at one point there was the Spurs was in town and Doc Lesnar he still has it to this day. He has a Spurs hat, got it signed by David Robinson.
Nice.
So we spent a lot of time at the Coliseum back in the day, but then when we finally got to go, it's not even what it is now. They're like they just knocked it down and rebuilt it. It's so crazy, bro. Back in the Forum was right there, bro. Oh man, I miss the Forum.
The Forum's up, but they use it mostly as a music as a concert venue. But they do have.
Well, they even had like the LA Sparks running out of there at one point. And yes, I did go to Sparks games. So, but yeah, Laker fan. My favorite Laker lineup is probably Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Eldon Campbell,
young Kobe. Yeah.
Well, see, even before Kobe's on it, they had Cedric Ceballos, Anthony Peeler.
Yeah. Look at you, man. I'm impressed. Pulling these names out.
Man, they had a lot of good names back in the day, man. And then, but dude, Nick Van Exel, he used to be that.
Nick Van Exel he's a big fan favorite for a certain demographic. Men from this age to that age, Nick Van Exel gets brought up all the time because I think it was that he was such an exciting player. When you were a kid, you're like, this is amazing.
Everyone else was
you don't care that he's 4 for 25.
He was a showman. He was a showman at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's what it was. You don't
care that he's 4 for 25 and 5 turnovers. You're like, this dude's great.
I even remember when Magic actually came back to play.
Wow, look at you, man.
Which
going
was
all the way back. It was
funny.
a big deal, man. It was a big deal for the HIV community, the AIDS community, because people were scared. You know, in 1995, 96, people don't know what it is.
No,
You could cough on me, I could get AIDS. It was so the fact that they did that was big.
Yeah, they said everybody kept saying it was just like a gay disease or a black disease.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, then you see Showtime freaking coming back.
And you know when that All-Star came, when Magic came back, Isaiah Thomas walked up to him, gave him a kiss on the cheek, man. That was a big moment.
The one time he wasn't a hater.
The one time he was poor Isaiah Thomas, man. You know, he was a bad boy. He was playing hard. He got left off the dream team just because he was a bully, man.
Man,
poor Jordan. You watch The Last Dance?
Yeah, I did.
Have you caught up on all the Undertaker Last Ride episodes?
I've been waiting to talk about it because, of course, the biggest Undertaker fan in the world, my brother, hasn't even watched all the episodes yet. Which, you know, but I loved it.
What the hell's up with that? What else is he doing? It's 2020 lockdown. All you can do is watch TV.
He's working. He's still working though. He's still working like 5-6 days a week. So
I really enjoyed the Last Ride. I really enjoyed the way they did it, and kudos to him for really coming out of his shell and, you know, showing us something other than character, which I never thought he was going to do.
I think at this point, the only reason he should ever come back is only if he's going to do like another one of those cinematic matches.
Yeah, exactly.
With Sting. And the only reason I say that is because I don't know if you caught that tweet that Sting put out. I know he was just trolling, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's an old school Sting with him. American Sting, I believe, with the motorcycle, which is kind of another parallel I never thought about as far as the American Badass character. But he had said, who wants to go on one last ride with the Stinger?
Exactly, man.
So I don't know, man. I think that's the only reason. If not,
it has to be a cinematic match.
I was going to say, because I don't want to see it how it is right now. Yeah, that's the best. I think we could all agree the amount of belief we'll have to suspend collectively to enjoy it already. So if they are able to paint around their weaknesses, even better. You know what I mean? But, I mean, because I loved how they did the AJ match. I loved watching the insight behind it. With the Last Ride documentary, because that's the thing, bro. You wouldn't even never know when they first pulled up to the area, and you see what it was from what they built it as. I was like, damn, that was legit. Like that, like I could understand why it took so long.
Right?
Yeah, it was really cool, man. And definitely one of my favorite matches. I'm an AJ guy, despite all this recent. I mean, I knew about it before, but now it's all well documented. He's a flat earther, and everyone's. Getting on him because, you know, he's.
Is he really, like, you really think so? Like Kyrie Irving was telling people he believes it's a flat earth.
Yeah,
he was just doing that before.
There's what's his
AJ
name?
Styles.
B.O.B. the artist, rap artist, he does
nuts.
too.
Yeah, B.O.B.'s nuts. That's why he fell off so hard, because he's nuts.
He didn't fall off. Well, Styles, he just went back to his home planet.
Yeah. Does AJ Styles really think that the earth is flat?
That's what he thinks. But then again, he's also old-fashioned, old-school thinking. Down southern.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Blue collar.
Every morning I wake up, I'm afraid that I'm gonna look at my phone. There's gonna be an AJ Styles video from 1995 where he's saying some unflattering things about people like me and you.
Well, there was something that somebody was saying, I guess, in his early days in TNA. He was dropping. No, it wasn't racial. He was dropping the F-bomb towards people he thought were sissies.
Okay.
I don't even know if I could say sissies, but, you know, in terms of competitive nature.
I understand that. So, but with these cinematic matches, take a good wrestler for the next 15 years.
I don't know. I mean, he has a contract as such, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that the contract, to be honest, the reason why it's that long is because, you know, that was the thing too. Is one of the interesting things I thought was really impressive as far as how they were able to bring it up and dance around it was the StarCast thing.
Yeah.
Because I remember that. Like, I remember as I was going to that event and thinking, oh man, I got to try to get this ticket to see if I can get something signed for Doc or, you know, whatever, you know. And then out of nowhere, it just got announced that he wasn't doing it anymore. And you know, we didn't really get an inside scoop on it I remember all the rumors that were thinking, oh, he's going to AEW. I was like, dude, he's not going to AEW. He would never go to AEW. That's
and that's what he says in the docs. He says, why would anyone think I'm going to AEW? Because
anyone that thought
Taker
that
doesn't
is
know about
an
IG.
idiot.
That's why.
Anyone that thought that worked themselves into a shoot, brother. Like that was.
They get excited. They get excited.
I mean, I get there's those bottom feeder like bait, clickbait sites that have to put shit out, but
yeah.
Anyone that really believed that, I mean, there's one thing of being excited and wanting something and being excited to see if it could happen, but there's a whole other thing in like, come on, bro, like, oh man, they're mad because he was about to join AEW, so that's why they had to cancel it. Like, no, dude, just calm down, like, but I did like how they covered that because they were even talking about how Vince, the rumors got to Vince, you know what I mean? So I think that's honestly a big reason why they gave him a huge ass like contract for what, 15, 20 years?
Just to keep him in place. Just to keep him in place.
Even though, like, because I mean, you heard like they stopped talking for a while as a result.
Yeah.
And I was like,
because the friendship was so tight, Vince probably took it. I can't speak for the man, but he took it like, hey, dude, what are you doing? He's fighting for our life, and you're going to go do that? But Taker didn't even think about it. He said, why would anybody think I'm going to do that? It's just a sign.
I mean, and that's the thing is there was a lot of other contracted WWE guys that were there as well. Jerry Lawler was there. And then all of a sudden he's jumping ship talking about like, oh, I'll never do that. Yeah, I'm always going to, because he just got a brand new spanking shiny deal from WWE, like a Legends deal, so whatever. But
so what is the Legends deal? How much you get for Legends deal?
I couldn't tell you. I'm still on the active roster, so
yeah.
But when I want to, hang it up and get just down to the PC and start the whole mentoring and coaching thing, I'll let you know, bro. I don't know right now. We'll see if it's good enough. We'll see what the offer is on the table.
Great podcast this week, man. I'm really excited. I'm telling you, this is the best 2 out of the 3 that you could get together.
Sorry, Brian. He's not wrong. All you would do is you would tell us that we're being too racial and too insensitive right now.
Yeah, you can't be talking about that.
Real talk, though, positive thoughts to Brian. Yep. And definitely, whatever you believe in, let's get this guy's resume read and referenced and get this guy a job. I know he's trying to put that degree to the test right now. He worked real damn hard for it, so I don't blame him, man. But, yeah, shout out to Brian. Hopefully we'll all get together next week. Definitely appreciate your time, Mr. Young Baca. You want to tell the people where they could follow you and if they're interested in any of the events you described earlier with the barbershop talk and all that stuff?
Yeah, man, at Young Baca Productions, 310-345-2909. Got the phone with us 24/7. Let's get it, baby.
It's like that new Mike Jones, huh?
Hey, man, I love Mike Jones. I called the number. Did you call the number back in the day?
I didn't because I heard it like by the time we got to Cali probably, because when we heard about like you can call the number, but then like it's not accepting anymore because there's too many messages on voicemail. I'm like, I don't even want to call them.
Man, you guys over there in the IE a little bit different,
Yeah, we moved. Hey, I'm not gonna. Don't say you guys, but yeah, they
don't lump you in with those other dudes down there.
We the minority of the majority do move a little slithering around here, if you feel me. But that's all I'll say about it. That's why I'm glad I got a rap, bro.
Amen, brother. Amen.
I'm semi-retired like Joe Budden, so I'll just keep it at that. But no, I loved our time together, sir. Feel free to follow Young Baca. Feel free to follow me, Kwency Jones, at the Kwency Jones Show everywhere, and also follow the Flow Show, man. And shout out to Brian. I know we're gonna be probably posting this on the YouTube for the Awkward Side Hug, so feel free and be sure to follow the Awkward Side Hug as well. Until next week, we're out.
Peace. All right, man.